Hello everyone.
Hello.
I'm Tony.
And I'm Tally.
And we are
The Lazy Book Lovers.
This is a podcast for book lovers who procrastinate about reading and have never-ending to-be-read piles.
Mm-hmm.
Today's episode is kind of an update on our year goals halfway through the year, because it should be June when this comes out, if we've worked the math out right.
I think it was called like reading goals and manifesting or something along those lines.
I think it was We Are Manifesting the name of the episode. Yeah. So
it's like the first one of this year, I think.
So that was like a combination of our life goals and our reading goals for the year. And we thought it'd be fun to do like a half-year check-in. We meant to do quarterly check-ins. We didn't.
We remembered after the fact.
Natalie was like, should we do the quarterly check-in? And I was like, babe, it's June.
Hun. Love the enthusiasm, but...
However... So it's a half-year check-in.
And yeah, we're here for it.
Because I didn't... Like, the fact that we're halfway through the year is just... Oh my God, are you hungry?
Probably. Episode 62, we are manifesting 2023 goals. Oh, I don't like that cover photo on that. That'll be changed by the time this comes out.
Wait, what did you do?
Oh, hang on a minute.
'Cause you made it.
Yeah, I know. I've uploaded the wrong one and I've only just realised. Hang on a minute, let me find it again. It's a white background. I've done the wrong one.
Oh, was that not one of the ones I uploaded?
Oh, I don't know.
Essentially.
This could be my fault. It'll be fixed by the time this comes out. It's fine.
Could be my fault.
I need to go back through and change all of our old ones to our new logos.
Oh my God, yeah.
These are future
There's
jobs.
a lot of them. Yeah. I think we switched over to the new branding, about episode 60?
Yeah.
And this is episode 80.
80!
Oh my God.
God.
What are we going to do when we hit 100?
No, I was thinking about that the other day. How exciting.
Oh my God,
that's
can you
actually
believe
a
it?
possibility. We're going to get to 100 episodes.
I love this. I'm
so
proud of us. Mm-hmm. Because it hasn't always been easy to do this.
No.
And it's not like we're getting any money for this yet.
No.
Hashtag not sponsored, please.
Sponsor us, please.
Because if we got paid to this, it'd be fucking sick.
I have morals, but I'm also a sellout, so come on.
I keep seeing all these podcasts that they've just tipped to the point where like they've been able to quit their normal jobs to be podcasters.
Oh,
I'm like, could you imagine? Like, could you imagine? I would never complain ever again.
No, I keep thinking about like when my daughter, who's 8 months now.
That's mad.
She's going to be 9 months soon.
The fact that you were pregnant through this podcast.
Yeah.
And then she was on the podcast with us and now she's 8 months. Like, oh my God.
Now she's attempting to crawl and she does little backwards, like commando crawl.
That's so cute.
So when she goes to school full time, so in 3.5 years, three and a half years, that'll be when I have to go like full-time work.
Yeah.
And it'll be wonderful if this was my full-time work.
Could you imagine?
I can imagine. That'd be wonderful. Because then I'd still be able to be as present as I want to be with my children, which is the dream.
Yeah. I mean, at least...
So make it happen for us, please.
At least, I mean, to be fair, you've done a lot of hard work with your freelance stuff.
Yeah.
And I believe that you could make that work around family life. And that could be full-time, or you do something else part-time with that.
I'm scared about summer holidays coming up, I'm not going to lie. And I do need another client because obviously cost of living. And it's really hit my partner's business.
Yeah.
And he's self-employed, so... Yeah.
But I could see you having built your freelance stuff to that point by then.
I'm hoping when she goes to
school... Because look what you achieved
I'll be in this
whilst being pregnant and having a newborn. Look what you achieved this year.
Yeah, no wonder I'm
just
tired.
going to big you up for a second.
No wonder I'm tired.
Yeah. Like, jeez. Like, having migraines that are, like, unbearable.
I need to go.
And you still, like, you're getting invited to industry events. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I'm going to big you up for a second.
Thank you.
And we kept this going. Hi.
Yeah. So, please share us with anyone that you think might enjoy us. Or please... give us any recommendations or any requests you have for future episodes.
Yeah, because it's largely to my whims.
Yeah.
This is a chronology of my hyper-focuses.
And I am more than happy to read books you request.
Yeah.
So, yeah, get requesting.
Yeah.
If you want us to talk about a book.
We have a suggestion box on our website, Lazy Book Lovers, podcast.wordpress.com, or you can just DM us on Instagram or wherever. I've even had someone DM me on LinkedIn, to my personal LinkedIn.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was an author, but yeah.
Yeah, lovely. That's so cool.
Which I forgot to tell you about till just now.
We're pretty available. You have to tell me about it when we finish.
Yeah. Ugh. Sorry, that was one of my own hairs in my mouth there. So, what are we going to do first? Did we have a plan?
No, we had no plan. Okay, so I'm just going to look at my Storygraph.
Alright, me too.
Because I didn't actually make a note of my goals anywhere that I have physically with me today.
Mm-hmm.
So, one of my goals was to read 60 books.
Yeah.
I'm currently on 57 books.
Fucking hell.
I'm ahead by 32 books, apparently.
And 25 of them was April?
Yeah. And I have 35 in my currently reading. So I'm hoping
Fucking hell.
Yeah, I'm hoping to
You need to
kick some of them off this
fix
month.
that.
Yeah.
Because I've got 4 in my currently reading and they're stressing me out.
Yeah. I'm hoping to narrow that down very soon.
So these books you've started and put down halfway?
Yeah, just picked up a different one.
I was wondering if it was a series where you read one of the series and the other 2 are in the currently reading, but they're not really.
No, currently reading are ones I've read.
Genuinely, okay.
Yeah, some of. They have bookmarks in.
Yeah. That's crazy.
I know.
You do need to fix that.
Yeah, it's too many.
Yeah.
I came over into 2023 with 24 currently reading, so yeah.
So, how are you doing with your goals? So, you've done 57 books. You had a pages goal, didn't you?
Yeah, so my pages goal is 40,000 and I've done 38% of that, so 15,069 pages. I need to read 1,698 to catch up.
So they've got the little chart thing that shows you your your page number percentages.
Yeah.
So what's your little page number percentages chart say?
Let me have a look. We're on Storygraph, by the way, in case you didn't know.
App.
Follow us and set up an account as well.
That streak feature, because it's
killing me.
So you can set a reading streak goal, and then you get it has a little counter and there's a little fire emoji, and well, that's motivation enough for me. I haven't got longer than 18 days though, because I always forget to update it.
Look at my April.
Yeah, my April looks like that as well.
My longest streak is 9 days because I'm really bad at updating my Storygraph.
I was mean to do it before I go to bed, but if I go to bed after midnight, then I haven't done it before the midnight tick over.
You can change the date back.
Not when you're doing the track progress. If you're just when you're saying what percentage you've read. You're going to have to show me how to do that.
I'll show you.
Okay.
What did you ask me, sorry?
Your page number. You know the little charts? It says your percentages of how many are 300 to whatever.
Oh, this one, page number.
Yeah.
59% are under 300 pages, which makes sense.
Yeah.
39% are 300 to 499 and 2% are 500 plus.
Okay.
Yeah.
So mine is very different.
Tell me yours, please.
Okay, so my less than 300 is 7%. 300 to 499 is 61% of the books I've read. And then 500 plus pages is 32% of what I've read. I've only read...
How many books have you read?
28 books.
And what was your goal? Was it 50?
So it was originally it was 50 physical books and 100 overall. So obviously I'm well off. I'm not going to hit 100 for the year.
How many are you on now?
That's 28 total, including audios. I've been tracking everything this time rather than just reads.
But you'll have a holiday coming up.
Yep.
That's as far as I got. You'll have a couple of holidays probably.
I'll probably have another holiday around my birthday because I'll be 30.
Ooh.
And I refuse to spend my 30th
Big
birthday in
up.
this country. At least I think that's the plan. I haven't decided where I want to go.
You need to decide.
I can't afford to go any of the places that were on my, like, lists.
Aren't all your friends...
Gate
crashed this, or was
my friends swiftly turned down the idea of a holiday as a group. Due to money commitments. We're all millennials after all. But that was swiftly noped. So I might do like a night out thing with friends, but for the actual day, I don't know. I figured I can't go on holiday alone because I feel like spending your 30th birthday alone might be a bit sad.
I would have loved that in retrospect.
You were pregnant on your 30th?
Yeah. And then I was never alone pregnant again.
Yeah, I still remember when we went to the pub and obviously you went drinking for your 30th. And I remember you like laughing, holding your belly. I think I've got a picture of it somewhere.
Oh, because it was so big.
You're literally holding your belly, laughing.
2 weeks before I was born, yeah.
So I'll probably have another holiday then, though, of some description.
Yeah.
And I'll probably read a lot then. So yeah, I think I'm gonna. I did 75 total, including audio. So I think I'm gonna beat that at a minimum.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially if I read some short books. I don't help myself.
Yeah, you're like, let me pick up this George book.
I mean, Den of Vipers was supposed to be an easy read, and then it was 600 pages.
Yeah.
Like, geez, I did not commit to that.
So one of my other goals was to read 10 non-fiction across the year.
Yeah.
I'm currently on 2, so I do need to pick that up.
It's more than me, though. Like, you know the chart of genres? Mine is just fiction. It's one colour.
What about moods? So my biggest mood is it's dark. It's my biggest mood.
Mine is real. Mine's quite mixed. Oh, yours has got a lot of colour then.
Yeah.
So my biggest one is adventurous.
That's my third.
Dark.
Yeah.
Tense. Mysterious. Those are my big chunks.
Yeah, mysterious is my second one.
Emotional, funny, sad, light-hearted are the rest of them.
So mine goes dark, mysterious, adventurous and tense on my top 4, which are your top 4 as well. Yeah. And then
that's probably why we get on.
Emotional, reflective, challenging, hopeful, light-hearted, funny, relaxing, informative. And my paces, 65% are medium paced for me.
Slow is 7%, medium is 50%, fast pace is 43%.
Slow is 7% for me.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what you
so
said?
We're the same, yeah.
And then for my genres, the top is horror, which is to be expected, and then second is fantasy, and third is YA, which is obviously a ridiculous genre because it's not a genre. And it's actually YA and sci-fi are the same amount.
So 20 of the books I've read this year are in fantasy, according to this.
Sounds about right.
Fantasy, romance, young adult, dystopian. They're my top 4. Which isn't a shock. At all. Honestly, Storygraph's good fun, guys.
Yeah, it's so fun.
I like the author count as well.
Yeah, I've only got one multi-author this year so far. Do you star rating your books?
No, I meant to do it as I went, and then I never did. Now there's too many.
Yeah,
it's overwhelming.
I stopped rating mine like mid last year, I think, because I don't really want to rate them. But yeah, so in terms of my goals, I don't think I'm doing too bad. I need to read more non-fiction, and I need to read bigger books.
I think my only goal was like the overall number, wasn't it? Really.
I also wanted to read more diversely. There isn't a.
I think you generally do,
for this, but I think
anyway.
not more diversely because I wanted to continue to read diversely. Yeah. And if I look at what I've read this year, I think I'm continuing with that definitely.
Yeah, Storygraph is 14 books behind my goal of 100 books.
I'm ahead by 32. I'm 95% of my books.
But yeah, I've picked out a few short reads to hopefully help me bump up a bit. Because that's my biggest. I mean, you read a bunch of short stories, and I feel like that helps. Yeah,
definitely. I mean, April I read like 25, but I think 11 of them were short stories, so.
So my total pages read is 12,972.
That's quite good.
So yeah, I think I'm doing all right.
Yeah, definitely.
I work full time and then have a social life, sort of, and a boyfriend, and the gym and stuff.
How many pages have you done, sorry?
12,000.
12,000. And I'm at 15,000, so yeah.
Huh. But you read way more books than me.
Yeah, that's the difference in
Oh my god, yeah, it's in the page numbers we're reading. Yeah. Sorry, I didn't get
because I've read a lot more books, but our page counts are quite similar.
About 2,000 apart, roughly.
Mm.
Yeah, 12,972.
So, what were your other goals? You had some blog ones, didn't you?
Yes,
and you've been doing really well with your blog.
Yeah, I've been posting twice a week consistently. The biggest thing I did was I switched to once a month. I give a whole day, I work on it for 8-9 hours, which is I lose a day off, whatever. But then I schedule for that month, and then I just don't have to think about it.
Yeah.
And it means it's not taking evenings per week, so I actually have got 3 evenings in the week now.
Yeah.
I've been purposely...
You're not chasing yourself then, are you?
No. And I'm not feeling guilty all the time because I should be writing if I just don't feel like doing it or something like that.
Yeah.
Which has been much better for me. I've really been trying to work on the whole burnt out thing. I don't know if I've been successful most of the time, but I've been trying.
So during the month, if you have blog post ideas, do you just make a note of them and then? Or
no.
You just hope you remember them when you do your day?
Yeah, so when I go to start my day, I look at I have an ideas list. I do have an ideas list in a notebook. And then I kind of have a mooch about of trending topics as well. I try to have a science behind this, but it's largely just what I feel like doing.
And then you try and review all the books you've read, don't
you?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that probably accounts for half of the posts I do per month, give or take, depending how much I've read. And then, then I just go through and pick some topics. I've been doing a lot of rec lists lately.
Yeah. They've been fun for the for the podcast.
Yeah. Mostly because actually they just get good Google traffic. And we must obey the Google gods in order to get people on the blog. Because obviously my plan is, because I want to be a published writer, I need an audience of people who care about my writing. So this is the plan. Because I can do subscriber content on there. I just don't believe at this point anyone would sign up for it.
Yeah.
But I feel like if I have bits of story to release or something, I don't know. So, my life goals list was pass my driving test.
Yeah.
Did that one. The rest of these are... Alright, pay off remaining debts. I did not expect to have a boyfriend this year, and they are expensive.
How very dare
I have to go out places and participate in society and
places.
A wild Sybil has appeared.
Hey, Sybil.
Save up enough to be in the position to move out /move out.
I mean, you've still got half a year.
There's exactly £10 in my savings account right now. Travel to Venice or Florence. This is what I'm saying. This would have been the birthday trip. But Venice is expensive, and it's either underwater or completely dried out at the moment.
There's no in between.
And I wouldn't want to do Venice alone, really, because it's really easy to get lost and I have no sense of direction. And lots of those little alleyways aren't on any maps. So that's some, maybe. Because accommodation and flights, you're looking at minimum of 600, and then it is Europe, it is Italy. Spending money-wise, I'm looking at another... It's a total of £1,000 for that whole holiday, I reckon, minimum.
Yeah. Pasta's expensive, y'all, when it's cooked properly.
And also, a lot of the attractions we used to be able to get into for free as EU citizens, and we are no longer EU citizens, so I feel like that will bump the costs up a bit as well.
Fucking bastards.
Yes, we used to be able to, especially if you're a young person, which I think I tick over into not qualifying as anymore once I hit 30, but anyway. I can't remember the age bracket. I don't know if it's 18 to 25 or 18 to 30. But you could get into a lot of stuff for free if you had an EU passport and you were young. And now you can't. Because I'm neither young nor part of the EU.
If only people had mentioned this at some point when decisions were being made.
Well, shockingly, they put out a poll and it seems like people's opinions on whether Brexit was good has changed. To only 20% of people agreeing it was still worthwhile.
This is my shocked face.
The 80% it was a couple of years ago.
Oh, well, probably a lot of that 80% have died now.
Yeah.
In their defence.
I wanted to hit between 500 to 1,000 followers on TikTok and or Instagram. You know what? I had to let one of the balls drop. And social media has had to be one of them.
Not about the followers, yeah. Oh yeah, I had a little follower.
I'm sitting in the mid 300s on TikTok.
I think I wanted 2,000 on Instagram and 3,000 on TikTok.
I mean, basically, as soon as I post consistently, I get followers.
Yeah, it's just about doing
the recipe
that part,
is simple. It's just finding time. And I had to let one ball drop. I'm trying it again. I'm trying to give myself a bit of grace this year and take care of myself. And that means I have to let certain things go. I can't do it all. And I had to let the Instagram and the TikTok go. They just happen when they happen.
Yeah, exactly.
Now I'm driving though, and I have a lot more time. So I'm hoping I'll be able to start doing that soon. I was posting a bit more regularly. Read Fisty. This is the books girl, which we discussed, so I'm going to skip that.
Ready.
Update this blog 2 to 3 times a week, year round. So far, consistent.
Yes.
Yay!
Well done.
Take my podcast further and hopefully start to earn money from the cool content we make.
Help a girl hit her goals, guys.
Could you make my dreams come true? Finally have a finished first draft of my work in progress story.
How's that going?
I have not written since March. But again, we've got to pick the balls we can drop.
Exactly.
And that is one of the balls I can drop.
Yeah, exactly.
I have every intention of picking that back up. But basically I went too hard with the writing challenge that I did myself at the beginning of the year, and it was just impossible.
Did it bang you out a bit?
Yeah. Because it turns out, you only got to write 100 words a day to hit the goal.
It's depressing when you can't hit them.
Depressing when you can't hit them. And then also, they might not be 100 useful words if I'm doing it at 11:30 p.m. after a full day of work, and then I've been to the gym, and then I've made dinner, and then So, that one, there's a few of these that, if I get my shit together, I might make progress towards.
But if you don't, that's fine, because some of them you're going to hit and some of them you've already
Well, they're just generally life goals, we could say. It doesn't have to happen this year, but I'd like to at least be working towards them.
Yeah.
I need goals, I need motivation.
You need to manifest.
I manifested passing my driving test.
Yeah. The plants have started waking up. Do you, you follow Stacey McEwen, don't you, the Ledge author? Have you seen the video she put up on TikTok recently where everything she wrote the day before just...
Oh my God,
she lost it in a crash.
So sad.
I teared up watching that video. I felt for her.
I'm really paranoid about backing up my story, and I feel vindicated in how paranoid I am.
I just felt awful for her. I love that she shares the highs and lows.
Yeah. Did you see
high school football? The highs and lows of high school football.
Did you see the one she did where she filmed herself writing a death scene of a character she liked?
Yeah.
I was like,
no, why did I do this?
She's crying the whole time she's typing.
The opposite of some authors that
cackles evilly.
That Victoria Everard, I think she's like that.
Sabata here as well. The Ember in the Ashes also.
Oh, yeah.
She does quite a lot. Cause she's very mean to one of her characters, and she makes a lot of TikToks where people are one of the things everyone says to me is why did you do this? And she's shrugs.
Just for lols.
Just cause.
Yeah, cause I can.
Cause I could.
I mean, that's one of the things about when you're an author, because it's your world and you can do what you want with it. Readers can take it or leave it, really.
Exactly. Yeah, so can you remember any of your lifey ones? I think you had some
not
social
really.
media based goals.
Yeah,
didn't you?
so I think it was 2,000 followers on Instagram, and I'm on like, hey, sorry, you can have this hand.
That's the cat.
Yeah, on 1,145. So I think I could hit that. I think I wanted 3,000 on TikTok, and I'm on 2,600. So I think I can do that. I've started a Lemonade account.
What's that?
It's the one by Bite Dance, the TikTok, and it's like Pinterest style / Instagram style,
like what Instagram used to be.
Yeah, but then it's like really heavy on like it's like a scrapbooking type vibe, and you put text on the pictures, which is where it comes a bit Pinteresty, I think. Yeah, so I started an account on there.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that goes. Obviously, if I don't have time for one of the socials, that's going to be the first one I'm not going to do. I wanted to start actually blogging again, which I've not done yet. So that is next on my list. Yeah.
Like, whenever people say to me, like, oh, I wish I posted that much, I'm like, I have the privilege of having the time available to me to put aside a day to do this or whatever. Like, that is a privileged position some people don't find themselves in because they've got family or, like, you know.
In April, I swapped my Netflix time with reading, and obviously I read 25 books in that month. This month, I started watching Netflix again, and I noticed there's been a big dip in my reading. So, it's just, I'm not going to say I'm going to watch less Netflix because I want to, and there's films I want to watch, and I watch a lot of films, and I enjoy watching films. So I think it's just a case of, you know,
whatever makes you happy.
Yeah, like,
you got to do what your brain needs to do. Like, I try to read on my lunch breaks at work, but recently I've just actually wanted to, like, switch my brain completely off. So I've just been like, TikTok. Especially because now I'm driving to work. I have lost my mindless TikTok time on the train in the morning.
Commute, yeah. Like,
I don't miss the commute, but I do miss that time in the morning in which I could be, like, completely, like, I was just like, la la la. Yeah. Like, I just had to be on this train. I had nothing to do for 20 minutes. Just be on the train. And just exist. Of course, because I'm me, I had to do my makeup and eat my breakfast on the train every day. So,
but you can scroll wash to do that. So
exactly. Yeah.
And you can't do scrolling, makeup, or breakfast whilst driving.
No.
Maybe breakfast if it was like a cereal bar. Oh, have you ever watched It's Always Sunny? When he's eating a cereal in his car and he's like, that stupid bitch. He's like, I love that show.
Yes, I've been officially commuting to work. Oh my god, I love my car.
Yeah, good.
I love my car. I love to just do things. I don't know when the novelty will wear off. That, like, there's some days when I'm like, oh, I kind of fancy this. And I'm like,
I can
just go get it.
Yeah.
It's
not a hassle.
Just go get it. I feel like going swimming. Or I can just go in the car and went swimming.
Yeah, I don't think, like, the novelty wears off, although sometimes I just don't want to drive, so that's when I'm like, partner, drive for me. But that doesn't often happen. It's usually like, so on Friday, me and my family went to a theme park as a little family treat day, because we hit our kindness chart thing. It's a family thing, and so we had to go to Milton Keynes for it. It's basically right near where we went for the train station. So I was like, I'm not going to drive today because that's 45 minutes of reading time. So
I can't read it in the car. I'm jealous you can do that.
I need to read. It's like the only time I knew I was going to have that day to read, so I did feel a little bit sick and I had to put it down, but yeah. So yeah, just grab the reading time when you can. Yeah. So, like, lately when I've been going to bed to read, which worked really well for me in April this month, I've been getting in bed, getting my book out, I'm asleep.
Same. Yeah. Same.
Apparently when my other half came to bed last night, I was, like, so passed out. He couldn't eat. I was on his side of the bed. Yeah. Well, like, halfway between, because baby was on my side, so I was kind of in the middle. He was trying to push me over a bit, and I was so asleep. He said I was just like dead weight. He couldn't even move me over. And he said it was about half an hour before he could shuffle me over.
Because like I usually need to do a bit of reading before I can fall asleep. But where I've been staying at my boyfriend's in London, and usually, especially then, because it's a different place, and like it's just one night as well in a different place, and it's always like
I'm not very good sleeping in different places.
You know, if it was more days in a row, it gets easier. But when it's just like one random night of the weekend, sometimes I was really struggling. It would probably take me about 40 minutes longer than for him.
Yeah.
And that's when I would read. I'd get my Kindle. That's what the Kindle was for.
Yeah.
I have been, like, we'll just be like sitting chatting or something, or the TV will still be on because we haven't like decided.
Got ready for bed, yeah.
Yeah. And I'm sat there and it's midnight, and I feel like this is where I'm getting older or something, or healthier, I don't know. But I'm at midnight, I'm like, my head's going. Yeah. And I'm like falling asleep watching TV, and I'm like, and he's just like, go to bed. And I'm like, no, if I go to bed, I lose. And he's like,
That's what I'm like. If I go to sleep, I've lost my day, and I have such a small amount of day that's just mine.
I don't even have that issue. What? He's like, you just sat there fighting sleep, and for what? And I'm like,
because I'm winning.
No, it was like 11. He was like, go to bed, and I was like, no, it's too early to go to bed. He's like, why? Why is it too early? And I'm like, it's 11.
Come here with your facts.
It's 11 p.m. Like that's a normal time for someone to go to bed.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's too early. And he's like, but you want to sleep. And I'm like, it's too early. He's like, so you're just gonna lie there half awake for the next hour? And I'm like, yes, thank you.
So I like have this thing where I have an alarm that goes off every day at 9 p.m. and that reminds me to take my tablets. So the 9 p.m. alarm, if I'm not already getting ready for bed when that goes off, I get really stressed out because I'm like, it's so late.
And there's me being like, 11's too early.
And then like sometimes that alarm goes off just as I leave my son's bedroom, just got him to sleep, and that alarm goes off, and to me, that's my bedtime alarm. Yeah. That's when I need to start getting ready, and I need to be getting into bed and read.
So the window between son going to bed and the bedtime alarm, it's just 0.
Yeah, it's literally non-existent. And then that's my get ready for bed, clean your face, sort your hair out, blah, 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 blah. Lock up the house, get into bed, get your book out, and sometimes, that by that point it's 10:30 and then I'm just falling asleep and I'm not reading.
Yeah, lately I've been doing like bedtime faff and whatever, and then I'm in bed at like 11. I don't go to sleep yet. No. Like I usually don't fall asleep till gone 12, but it's just been actually a miracle, me achieving that, being in the bed between 11 and 12.
Yeah.
Like it's always in the region of 11 and 12, which is just unheard of for me.
My ideal is I've got all of my little bedtime stuff done by the time that alarm goes off. So then I get into bed and then I've got a good 2 hours to read. But it's not been happening.
Yeah.
And baby's been a bit wakey-uppy. Never to the extent of my son, but it's fine. The other day, we wanted to start the day at 2 a.m. And when I say we, it was not I.
Oh, God.
And to make it even more fun, I had fallen asleep at about 11:20.
Oh, no. So what did you just get up and go to the living room? And
I was like, the fuck you're getting up? No, but I was like, come on, it's bedtime. And he's like, I need a wee. And I was like, okay, we'll go for a wee. And he's like, I'm hungry. And I was like, well, you're just going to have to wait until morning. It took me about an hour to get him back to sleep. But because he'd already kind of got into that wake-up mode, he wouldn't sleep past about half an hour. And then it took me 40 minutes to get him back to sleep each time.
I don't, honestly... There's something when you become a parent that you become some kind of... I don't know how people do this. I know it's just because you have to, like you say.
Like literally you just... But you just learn to live without sleep. Because I'm a sleeper. Like, before I had kids, I used to have, 2 naps a day.
And you were a 9 p.m. bedtimer, not get up till 8, 9 the next day.
Yeah. I would, come home from work and have a nap before I had dinner. I love my nap. I would often have a nap on my lunch break because I can sleep.
Mm. Well, you'd work 2 jobs at one point as well.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I've always worked 2 jobs.
Yeah.
So I think that was why I could just sleep when I needed to. I just grabbed it. Yeah, and you do just somehow.
It's just impressive.
And I hear from, like, mums, like, my mum and, like, my partner's mum are like, you basically never properly sleep again, to be honest.
It wasn't for my mum. She was always a light sleeper anyway. Because she's like, I think I've got all my sleep issues from her. Like, I blame her.
It's also an ADHD thing. Just throwing it out there.
Yeah, there's a delayed sleep phase and all that kind of stuff, which is why a lot of me learning to be able to sleep has been learning how to do it with my brain. Which is that at no point do I ever go to bed telling myself, we're going to bed now.
Yeah, you got to trick yourself.
Yeah, I've got to trick myself. I'm just in bed with the lights off, but we're not going to sleep yet.
Yeah.
And
like sometimes with my son,
I'm
we're just
lying.
having a cuddle.
Yeah.
We're not going to sleep.
No,
we're just having
not
a
going to sleep.
cuddle
We're just cuddling,
with the nightlight on.
Yeah.
And we're just going to have a cuddle.
Yeah. I'm just lying in bed with the lights half off, reading.
Yeah.
I don't have to go to sleep.
No.
I'm in charge. I am the body.
I choose.
So I'm there going, yeah, we're not going to bed yet.
No.
Fully knowing that I'm going to fall asleep within 5
But
minutes of reading that book.
To
No.
Then you'd lose.
Then you lose. Yes, I worked very hard. I've been working very hard for the last year and a half to work out how to do things with my brain, which is why my life is so much easier as well than now. Is that I'm not trying to resist.
You're not fighting yourself.
No.
Now.
I'm not resisting. I'm like, if we're gonna, okay, fine, we're just gonna do it this way. We want to rearrange this whole thing right now. Okay, fine.
Do you know what? Yeah, I'm going to spend an hour fighting you and then do it anyway, or I could just start it now.
Yeah, and then what I do is I just build myself a natural stopping point. So I'm like, instead of, you know when you like start a project and then it's everywhere, and then you've got to finish it but you lose momentum halfway.
My life, yeah.
Well, then I plan for that moment. So I'm like, okay, don't put it all on the bed because then you can't go to bed. So I'm like, start your project, whether it's like rearranging the bookshelves, but do them in a nice little pile in the corner. So if you reach that point, you can just go to bed.
Yeah.
You can just stop. Or like a reason to go downstairs to eat. Or like I really wanted to reorganise my room the other week and have like the other month and have a little purge. So what I did was, because like, if I do this up here, I'm staying up here and I'm not going to eat dinner. I'm not going to go to bed till 3 a.m. And it was a work night. So I took the boxes of things that I wanted to reorganise downstairs.
Yeah.
So I was on the same floor as the food. I had witnesses.
Yeah. And you'd have to come to bed.
And I'd have to take it back upstairs to bed. So that's also a stopping point because I would procrastinate taking it back up. So that would naturally make me stop because I don't want to carry on because I've got to go back upstairs.
Yeah. Oh, smart. You tricked your brain.
Yeah.
Good job.
So that's little tricks. Undiagnosed, obviously. I want to preface this. This is something I have assumed about myself. There might be something else going on. Who knows?
Yeah, like I always think I've reached this point in life that I think I can get by without having a name for whatever it is. So
you've had other labels anyway, and have they helped you?
No. No, funnily enough, no. And then on the opposite side of the spectrum, there's me fighting to get my son a label.
Yes.
So, it's fine. So swings around.
Well, that's so he does not have to go through what we potentially went through.
Exactly. It's so that he can have the help at school.
Yeah. Because I see so many TikToks about how it manifests at school or when you're younger. I'm like, this is something I struggled so much with, and maybe I didn't need to. Maybe there was nothing wrong with me. Maybe I wasn't naughty.
No.
Like, I wasn't naughty.
No. I am a firm believer that most kids that are labelled naughty are not naughty. They just have not had people know how to approach things with them properly, or
I hated school because I was bored.
I was bored
and it's not, I was like, I always was this mystery about why I was so bored in school. So I'm not smart enough to be so smart that the classes were too easy. I was bored because it's understimulating, and I used to fall asleep in lessons all the time because I was bored. Or I'd go on little toilet adventures. Like, I was well known as a peer, but it's just because I could leave the room and go for a walk.
I used to do a lot of drawing in classes.
I used to do, what are those things you could do? That Scoobies? Or no, what's the word for them? The plastic strings you could plait and make shapes with.
I don't know what they're called because they were after my time, I'm afraid.
Yeah. I always forget about the age difference between us.
Old lady.
Yeah, those things. I can't remember what they were called, but you could make little key rings with them.
Yeah,
I used to carry them in my pockets at school, and this was in primary. And I used to sit under the desk doing them, and I could do them without looking. It was a fidget toy. I was just having a fidget toy.
I donated a load of fidget toys to my son's class. I gave them to them on the last day of term before half term. So when he goes in on Monday, there'll be some fidget toys.
Because that's what I do now when we have meetings at work. I take adult fidgets in. I take my notebook in and I doodle. Or I take my laptop in and I work. And I am actually working. Yeah. But it's an acceptable way to fidget in a meeting.
I really want one of those rings that you can spin. They look really
I've got one. I've got two. They don't fit me very well. Do you want to see if they fit you?
Yeah. Uh-oh.
The elephant broke.
This is chaos.
I have a jewellery elephant. Don't ask. And he broke.
Was he made to be a jewellery elephant? Or
no,
was he adapted to?
It was a cheap Wilko's instrument.
Oh.
Okay, none of them. This is one of them.
Let me try. Oh, that looks cool.
This was a cheap one. I bought a higher quality one, actually, for my boyfriend.
Elephant or fidget ring?
Fidget ring. His was like, it's like a manly Nordic Viking-y style one.
Oh, yeah.
But it's like properly oiled and stuff, so it spins really nicely.
Did you find it helpful?
Yeah, but also I can play with it. So when we're at restaurants, he puts his hand on the table and I just sit there doing that with his finger spinning it. He was like, was this a present for me or you? And I'm like,
does it matter?
Just got a side benefit.
I like that.
You can keep this one if you want. Because it doesn't fit like my normal ring fingers. My fattest finger, it's like my skinniest finger, it still gets stuck on.
Oh, yeah, if you don't
mind. If it fits you better, have it.
Thank you. That's cool.
It's good fun because if you get it in the right position, you can spin it with your thumb when you're walking around.
Yes.
Yeah, if you put it on one of those fingers, you can spin on your thumb.
You can't hear it. You can't see any of this.
This is terrible audio.
We're having so much fun.
Okay, yes, short episode.
We've just got so tangented there. Half of that should just get cut out, I reckon.
It's fine.
Or you just listen to it. It's fine, yeah.
They do listen to our weird ones where we don't do anything to do with books. So in conclusion, some goals are towards being achieved. I don't know. The biggest one was me passing my driving test, I think.
Yeah, you did so well with that.
Yeah.
That was well deserved and a long time coming.
Yeah. Well, I've been doing lessons for more than a year and a half?
That should help with some of the money issues.
$3,000 deep. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's already helped massively money-wise.
Yeah.
Even with the more insurance and petrol, it actually
still works out.
It's all balancing out. Yeah. So I'm still kind of better off. So
yeah, because then you're not doing the train tickets and stuff.
It's not just that. It's because I'd be
and the driving lessons.
It's like the coffee at the train that I didn't have to get, but it's
but you often did.
Because I was having to get out the door so early, which is I struggle with that. Call that executive function, laziness, disorganisation, whatever word you want to use. I struggle with that. If I have to get out the door so early, I am not getting up early enough to do breakfast. I am not getting up early enough to. I don't remember to put the coffee on. Because we have an automatic coffee machine where you can set a timer, so it goes off at a certain time. But I'm not remembering to do that the night before.
Yeah, because then you have to remember to set it up in the first instance.
Yeah. So it's just, more often than not, I'm buying something at the train station in the morning. And then I'm coming home. I've had to, because of the time I finish work, there is a train that's 15 minutes after that I cannot walk fast enough to get to. I couldn't, it's now past tense. So I'd have to wait to the 6:10. If the 6:10 didn't show up, 6:17. If 6:17 had issues, the next choice is a 6:38.
So then I guess you're probably getting takeaway for dinner. If you don't have the energy, or
I'm just buying something from the train station to tide me over, because I know I'm not, even with the 6:10, I'm not home till 7 p.m. at the earliest. Yeah. And that is if my mother, who is kindly picking me up from the train station, not making me get a bus, if she doesn't have any errands to run that she's combined with picking me up, which is completely fair, but would mean I'd get home late. So quite often I'd end up buying something at the train station. There's just all these little amounts that I used kind of spend that I'm not.
Yeah.
Although, to be fair, 2 mornings this week, the drive-through Costa near my work did call to me because there's no school traffic, so I got to work early.
Drive-through Costas are amazing. That one in Letchworth saved me of all of my late night drives with my son, trying to get him to sleep. Although it does close a bit early for my liking, for a mum trying to get her son to sleep.
This is my first time doing a drive-through since I passed. Was this week?
Oh,
was
brilliant!
The Costa drive-through.
And you did a Costa. Oh,
yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah,
I like that. Do you know what really makes me angry about drive-throughs? Once you're in them, you can't get out.
Yeah.
So, especially with things like McDonald's, if what I specifically went there for they don't have, I'm
You're
stuck
just stuck
in that queue.
Yeah.
And like if I've gone there for a milkshake and their milkshake machine's obviously broken, I'm fucked. Also, there's a website for that. Did you know?
No.
It's a website that just tells you if the McDonald's coffee milkshake machine is working.
How does it know?
But user input.
Ah.
Yeah.
Who knew?
I did.
Who knew there was a market for that?
I only recently found out.
Yeah,
thanks to
that's
TikTok.
really cool.
I think I found out like last year thanks to TikTok, and I thought that was awesome because I assume if the milkshake machine's off, the ice cream's not on, so I wouldn't go to the drive-through with my son to get an ice cream and be disappointed.
Oh yeah. Oh god, I can imagine that doesn't
Trying
go
to
down
explain
well.
that.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah,
Just
I can
FYI.
imagine that does not go down well.
Right.
Right.
Thank you for joining us today. Please
Did you
let us
get anything
know.
out of that?
Let us know on the related Instagram post to this what your book goals were this year and how you're doing.
If you've got any life goals that you achieved and you want to celebrate, want us to give you a good old well done, we'll give you a well done in the comments.
We'll do it well done.
Yeah.
Well done, yeah.
Yeah.
So please come and follow us on Instagram. Lazy Book Lovers Podcast,
Yeah.
or TikTok Lazy Book Lovers Pod, because we couldn't fit podcast in. You can send us any messages, requests or recommendations on our website, which is lazybookloverspodcast.wordpress.com. Please subscribe, rate, like, download, do all of those good things wherever you listen to our podcast. It really, really helps us know that you are listening and helps us in the algorithm.
It helps us get out to more people and stuff.
We would love to hear from you in whatever avenue you prefer, and we will speak to you next week.
We love you.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Love you.
Oh, wait.
Wait.
Wait. Stop.